I'm not afraid of nothing. I'm afraid of nothing. Welcome to CBSN Minnesota Morning Update. Yeah, we'll turn the camera. I'm under this thing. I can do the whole update under here, I think. It's Friday the 13th. I've been breaking mirrors left and right today. Make your own luck. That's what I say. Bad luck, please. The calendar doesn't tell me how to live my life. Does it tell you how to live it? Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. You guys like this? Is this a good look, you think, for the update? Just have it like this all the time? It's like this, the CBS and Minnesota Morning Update brought to you by Louisville Ladder. Oh, geez. The bad luck is starting. We're just like kabam. How about some weather? Nothing but good luck in the weather forecast. No humidity, bright sun, clear and cool night. Come on. Perfection. This is perfection. High today around 81. Enjoy it. It's going to be so nice today, so nice tomorrow. I tried to make it a top 10 weather day. I tried. I said today or tomorrow. And Riley's like, I'm on board. And you know what? The rest of the weather team, you guys stink. Let's talk about this. Talking to you, Schaefer, Augustinak, Meadows. Disappointing. All right, you saw the calendar. Let me get back to my spot here. It's Friday the 13th. This is and you're getting the news from Jason. All right, this is the only Friday in 2021 that falls on the 13th day of the month. Is this ridiculous? Have we totally lost it? All right, this is the only one all year. A lot of people think Friday the 13th. There it is, circle it. Friday the 13th. Is this our Friday the 13th B-roll? Whoop, 13. Yep. Yeah. Oh, man, that's the ultimate. If you have a black cat breaking a mirror, that's like double bad luck. So we're asking for your bad luck stories. Have you ever had bad luck on Friday the 13th? Are you superstitious? Do you avoid walking under ladders? Do you freak out when a black cat crosses your path? Leave a comment on Facebook. We will share some of them in a moment. Hopefully this is a good luck news story as federal health officials are approving a COVID-19 booster shot for people who have compromised immune systems. So only the Pfizer and the Moderna COVID-19 vaccines were approved for this. No word on Johnson & Johnson yet. Because that's a one-and-done shot, so a little different. CDC expected to recommend this additional shot later today, which would allow it to get going immediately. Dr. Anthony Fauci said everybody who received the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine eventually will need a booster shot. But for now, this third dose is just for people with compromised immune systems or might be more vulnerable. For the first time since May, the number of COVID-19 patients in Minnesota's ICU has topped 100. New cases up for the sixth straight week. So here's where we're at right now. More than 6,700 new infections last week. And so since early June, you're looking at a more than six-fold increase. But I want to show you the big picture, right? Because these graphs always just show like a small portion of it. We are so far from the peak of nearly 50,000 weekly cases late last year. Obviously, right now, way less testing, right? But so many Minnesotans are vaccinated. And the experts are saying that has made a tremendous difference. 70% of Minnesotans 16 and older now have at least one dose of a COVID vaccine. But when you look at people who've completed the series, so that would be the two shots for the Pfizer or Moderna, more than 66%. So a lot of Minnesotans are vaccinated. State Health Department says at least 5,600 Minnesotans who got the shot got the virus anyway. You've probably heard a lot about breakthrough infections, but the number is low. It's actually, this graphic is actually not correct. It's 0.2% of vaccinated people. So really small chance that you would get a breakthrough infection. We are watching this because health officials are saying the Delta variant is more contagious. And so they're keeping an eye on whether there are going to be more breakthroughs. Obviously, there are more breakthroughs than before because no one was vaccinated, right? So there are going to be these breakthrough cases. And doctors say, look, they're typically mild. The vaccine is giving very strong protection against serious illness and death.
The vaccine breakthrough is collateral damage in the Delta war, if you will, because Delta is what's driving transmission in our unvaccinated populations. And then our vaccinated cases really end up being collateral damage from that.
Cases and hospitalizations are on the rise in Minnesota, but Erzman, who you just heard from, Chris Erzman, says vaccinations are on the way up too. So that is good news. Certainly the reemergence of cases and the Delta variant have gotten people to go get their vaccines. One group that doctors are really focusing on, pregnant women. There is a rise, they say, anecdotally. I'm not sure there's great data on this, but doctors are saying they are seeing more pregnant women with both asymptomatic and symptomatic cases over the last few weeks. Of course, pregnant women see the doctor more often. They get checked and tested. More are requiring, more serious treatment, even ICU care. Medical director of the birthplace at U of M's Masonic Children's Hospital says she thinks there are a couple of reasons for the current climb in cases.
I think it's the Delta variant that's going around for all of us, low rates of vaccine uptake in the pregnant population, and the fact that by being pregnant, that group of people cannot completely physically or socially distance themselves.
Doctors say they really want pregnant patients to know the vaccine is safe, and pregnant women have really been kind of taking a wait-and-see approach. The CDC saying only 23% of pregnant women are vaccinated. But it was just this week that the CDC said they recommend pregnant women get the vaccine before they were just saying it was okay if you got it. So now the message is out and pregnant women urged to get the shot. State Fair is coming. It's 2 weeks from yesterday will be the first day. A lot of us hop on a bus to get to the State Fair, and you're going to want to check where the pickups are this year. Metro Transit is scaling back its service because they say I think it was about 45 bus drivers short, and it wants to keep regular service rolling. So there are just going to be 3 sites where Metro Transit will pick you up and take you to the fairgrounds: Minnetonka, Cottage Grove, and Bloomington. So be aware of that, those State Fair Express routes. 12 days, 22 hours from the Great Minnesota Get-Together. First day of the fair is August 26th. To Wilmer, where the Kandiyohi County Fair is back after 2 years. 53% of people in Kandiyohi who can be vaccinated have been, but health officials are asking people to wear masks and social distance. That's really to protect those under the age of 12 who cannot be vaccinated. We didn't, at least looking at that video, I didn't see a ton of people wearing masks, but they were outdoors, so that's where we're at. Some changes announced from the Minneapolis Police Department. It has been a summer where crime has been an issue in Minneapolis and most major cities around the country. But here there has been a push from civil rights activists to stop some of these low-level enforcements, and police officers are no longer to pull over people for some of that stuff. The chief, Madera Arredondo, saying in the coming days the department is going to kind of pull back. They're not going to prioritize. They're not going to stop drivers with expired tabs, with items dangling from mirrors, like the air freshener kind of enforcement, or if you have a broken license plate light. So the chief says, look, they have limited officers. They need to better utilize time, resources, and be more effective operationally. But the reality is this is something that activists have been pushing for, especially after the killing of Dante Wright in Brooklyn Center, where he was pulled over for expired tabs. Patients are soon going to be allowed back to a Minnesota clinic months after that deadly attack in Buffalo. The Allina Clinic, of course, had to close its doors, right? A guy comes in there, shoots up the lobby. There's gunfire, shattered glass. One woman was killed in this, 4 others hurt. Allina announcing it will reopen. It's important for Buffalo to have that clinic. Late September is when that'll be done. The place has been newly renovated, and employees are going to be allowed to go in there before they reopen it, and everybody goes back to work. We are now officially experiencing one of the 10 worst droughts in the history of Minnesota. Almost 80% of our state is ranked as being under severe to exceptional drought conditions. U.S. Army Corps of Engineers
says Mother Nature doesn't cooperate, there's only so much.
It's really affecting our lakes. About half of them are below normal summer levels right now. The dry weather certainly hurting crops, so much so it attracted federal attention.
But if Mother Nature doesn't cooperate, there's only so much the farmer can do. That's why it's important for us to have.
That's Tom Vilsack, the Secretary of Education. Tom Vilsack, of course, was a former governor of Iowa. He knows farm life. Visited a farm in Cannon Falls yesterday. Today he goes to Brooklyn Park. He said that the feds will do everything it can to help, but, you know, drought is tough stuff. Weather Service saying it would take over a foot of rain over the course of a month to come out of the drought, and that's not going to happen. Pentagon sending roughly 3,000 American troops to Kabul to help get all of the U.S. Embassy employees out of there. Things kind of devolving in Afghanistan. Got to get the embassy people safely home.
The Afghan government.
We spoke with a local U of M professor, also a senior expert on Afghanistan for the U.S. Institute of Peace, and she says many experts agree that withdrawal was inevitable. We've been waiting for this to happen for a decade or so, but the way it was done has left gaps.
And what I think is really shocking is the irresponsibility of the speed of the withdrawal and the lack of planning for contingencies like this one. And I think the possibilities for Afghanistan becoming, again, a sanctuary and a safe haven for violent extremists from all over the world is incredibly high. And that's a really shocking disappointment of an outcome after 20 years.
Pentagon says full U.S. combat troop withdrawal from Afghanistan still on track to be completed by August 31st. Update you on Britney Spears, kind of a new twist in the conservatorship battle. She's been trying to get her father kind of kicked out and get control of her own life again. Jamie Spears has indicated that he is willing to step down as her conservator. Pop star was placed under this conservatorship in 2008. You know, this is kind of a last resort usually. This is when the courts decide that someone is unable to take care of themselves. Britney's attorney said in a statement they're pleased with this development, but they are still investigating the conduct of Jamie Spears. Lots of accusations that he was using her money to enrich himself. Brooklyn Park will soon get a Taco Bell unlike one you've ever seen before. Take a look at this futuristic Taco Bell. It's the idea is called the Taco Bell Defy, and it has 4 drive-through lanes. It's kind of elevated 1 story, so you drive under the Taco Bell, and 3 of those lanes are only for people who like prepaid and ordered like through the app, so you just roll up and pick it up, and for like your DoorDash, Uber Eats delivery drivers. So no more kind of, for, you know, if you've ordered, you don't have to sit in line behind someone who's like, hey, do I want a chalupa, or what do I want? You know, they make your food upstairs and it kind of comes down. I don't know if it's like a bank pneumatic tube, I suppose. It's probably like a lift elevator type thing. Groundbreaking later this month. This will be right off of Highway 610 at Zane Avenue in Brooklyn Park. Pretty close to where I live, actually. So pretty cool. Think it looks good. Neat idea as we move into different ways of ordering food. It is Friday the 13th, and maybe you love the movie Friday the 13th. That is a pretty awesome idea from Bebe Zito. It's an ice cream shop kind of in Lowry Hill, uptown area. They are serving up Friday the 13th inspired cones. So you can add this on to any scoop you get. The white chocolate Jason mask. I'm not sure how much they cost, but very clever idea. Uptown only, not at their Malcolm Yards location. Ooh. Boy, can you believe that no bad luck has happened to us so far while being under this ladder? Where do you stand on luck on Friday the 13th? Andrea's bad luck story, she lost her wallet on a school trip years ago. Ooh, 2 years ago, driving to a funeral and the radiator blew. On the flip side, they finally got an offer on their house the same day, but wouldn't sign any legal documents until the next day. That is smart, Andrea. Yeah, I'm not sure I'd sign a job contract or anything on Friday the 13th. Becca broke a mirror once, doesn't remember anything particularly bad happening. Well, clock's ticking on that. Bradley's not superstitious. Just don't walk under ladders. It's not practical. You climb up it, not under it. That is good. Yeah, broken mirror is no fun to clean up. Thanks, Bradley. Here's Kimberly. Friday the 13th, one of her luckiest day. Her husband first proposed on Friday the 13th. It's only got better from there. That's super sweet, Kimberly. Thank you. And here's Todd. Yeah, isn't it hilarious how many buildings don't have a 13th floor? I see that all the time. Hey, Why chance it? Unless you're like me. Jason DeRusha, my middle name is Danger. They call me Danger DeRusha. That is the Friday the 13th update from CBSN Minnesota, your only local streaming news source. Thanks for hanging out with us, everyone.